I did want to talk about more about Atlas Shrugged. The founder of the company I was at after college told people to read Atlas Shrugged, and he had written articles with Victor Sperandio, who is a very outspoken and vocal objectivist. And after my time there, I started calling God Bob, and for about 20 years I would call God Bob. And they asked me why I didn't have a girlfriend, and I gained 125 pounds and became diabetic, and I dropped my medication because it's what I did when I was asked or given repeated input about that part of my life, and I had a really big nervous breakdown, and that's where I started seeing God everywhere, and how I became religious. Somebody from home who had a similar chemically induced spiritual experience, and became a pastor. I had that experience and became a chaplain. So, but with Atlas Shrugged, I did start calling God Bob for about 20 years, and it still goes on from time to time. And it's very common. Different people become cult figures, and I start capitalizing their names when I write about them. So it's very common to become a cult figure and integrate Satan. So, but Greg Shine, who was in that office, talked about Atlas Shrugged too, and as a result of him talking about Atlas Shrugged, I went through a lot of self-psychoanalysis, and I had seen 14 therapists trying to get better, and I was in a psych ward, taking a whole slew of medications, and I psychoanalyzed myself, and I got well. That's why I have the search plates. But that psychoanalysis was real pain. I was just asked a question and not allowed to answer, and I stand by my answer to that question. And I mean, we live in this world. I haven't had Thanksgiving since 1994. There's a lot of politics that are played, and it's not a nation under God, America, and then self-psychoanalysis was very painful, but it happened because of Atlas Shrugged, and there are a few hairy situations there, and it's what happens with Atlas Shrugged, and I did work through them, and I continue to do so, and I believe the truth alone triumphs, but I would rather just answer the question, why don't you have a girlfriend? So I met Anisha Ahooja in 1998, and I didn't live near her, and her mom and my mom are from the same city, and we have the same middle name. Her dad went to Harvard, and I thought she had come through our home, and through that home I had a cousin who went to Wharton. Her dad was an engineer. Through that home I had a cousin her uncle who went to IT. So I didn't... This happened with Anisha, which had her Atlas Shrugged, some real pain. I had never met a Kumar I wasn't related to. We were the same age. As I said, her father was an engineer and went to Harvard. My uncle went to IT and was in that home, and my cousin went to Wharton. She's a Kumar. Mom's from Lahore. My mom's from Lahore. They were New Delhi. With the same age. We're the same age, and she was sitting at a table where everyone there was connected to me. I was like the heart, and everyone else was the vascular system. So this happened with Anisha Ahooja and her Atlas Shrugged. It was a lot of pain. I did try to end up taking my life after she embraced ETG, where I worked, and you can read my ETG document. She embraced ETG with her father and her brother.